This is the drama of life, that the totality of consciousness, which is one undivided being, has never been split, can never split, has created illusion after illusion to the point that we have come to this physical world and we are searching a way back to the same form. Do you think the totality of consciousness made a great mistake to spread itself out so thin and then say, now each individual's parts that have been created in illusion, now you find out what the truth is? What a game to play. To say, I am living in permanent single harmony, in single peace, in single permanence, joy, happiness, love, that's my real characteristic. I am staying forever, but now let me have a little trip into land of misery and disease and Holocaust and all the problems that are there. What kind of trip was that? Would you do it? Would any one of you do it? Well, if the truth is what I'm stating, you did it. You all did it. Because you are not all, you are one. The one did it. The one became the many. Was there anything wanting, lacking? There could be nothing lacking in totality. Then what part of totality triggered off this creation in which all this had to be experienced? Some people give a naive answer, but it has some element of truth, but very difficult to understand at this level. But I'll still share it with you. The naive answer, which has some element of truth, is that if you are really only one, you must be pretty lonely. Don't you feel you need some company? Don't you feel the oneness itself? The onlyness of existence, the onlyness of creator? What would the creator do if that's the only creator? Only one creator by itself. What would such a creator do? Create, obviously. Create what? Create anything that would substantiate itself as a creator. A creator would not be a creator without creation. Therefore, a creator-creation setup would be permanent. The permanence of the creator-creation relationship would make that the creator and the rest the creation. What about consciousness? Why create? Where consciousness has to be conscious of something to be conscious. Even if it is conscious of itself, it has to have something to be conscious of. If consciousness does not have anything to be conscious of, it is not conscious. It doesn't exist. So for very existence, consciousness has to be conscious of what? Anything it likes, because the only thing existing. Therefore, consciousness existing per se and conscious of itself can be itself in any form it likes. And all these are forms of consciousness right up to here. It is the forms being taken by a single consciousness. And all the forms, the more they go into delusion after delusion, strengthen the reality of the ultimate consciousness. Otherwise, if there's only consciousness, what is reality? In what way do we use the word real? Have we ever used the word real except to distinguish it from the unreal, from the illusion? If there's no illusion, what is real? And if something is real, something else makes it an illusion, the other thing is more real. So we go into a strange kind of experience of relative reality, levels of reality, levels of consciousness, levels of illusion. One illusion making the other look like reality. We go into a dream state, the dream is real. We wake up, the dream becomes an illusion, and waking up becomes reality. We go within to the astral stage, the waking up becomes an illusion, and the astral stage becomes absolute reality. We rise further, the astral stage becomes a dream, illusion, and the causal becomes a reality, and so on and so on. And the whole thing is sustained by these levels of consciousness and levels of reality. At one time, we are in one level. Therefore, we know this is real. Wherever we are, if we are dreaming, that is real. If you dream within a dream and wake up into the dream, The second dream was unreal. The first one is still real. Have you had the dream sometimes? In the dream, you go to sleep again, and then you wake up in the dream, say, wow, that was a strange nightmare. Thank God I'm awake. Till you wake up again. And say, that wasn't really waking, that was another dream. But when you wake up, you don't question this one. Now I know I'm awake. Why? Because you haven't woken up any further. These experiences of the mystic, of going within, are a successive way of waking up again and again to higher and higher form of our own reality. Ultimately, we find the truth and the ultimate reality. I call it ultimate reality from this standpoint, from the physical, where we are sharing with each other. We are sharing an experience with each other and finding out a direction towards ultimate reality, which we can pursue and find right now without having to have blind faith on somebody's word. It will happen later on. To die while living, we can have all these experiences. I've shared with you a spiritual journey of infinite possibility. I have made it sound that you could have this whole experience in 5 minutes and come back and say, yeah, you were right. We went and saw the ultimate. People have spent hundreds of years at each of these stages, thousands of years, millions of years. We have spent millions of years in these stages, and we can recall when we go there. Time is a different thing there. Our sense of time here is all confined to this level. It's not a synchronized time running in all these places. We're creating time with our experience. We have picked up a particular tape, you might say, a cassette tape from the Akashic records and come down and are playing it. Well, those who are sitting here, I must say, were lucky. They picked up a tape which provided for going back. Otherwise, you wouldn't even think of it. Why would somebody get into a situation which involves pain and suffering, opposites, and not have the ability to get out of it? So it was good that we picked up tapes with a certain provision. Or we made some other arrangements. If I were to get locked out of my own house, I try to make sure I keep my key with me. I wouldn't do like this, that I lock myself out and throw the key in and say, there I go, forever, lost forever. I wouldn't like to be lost forever. Therefore, if the ultimate is creating this experience for itself, for himself, for herself, whatever sex it has, if it has any, if the ultimate consciousness, the ultimate creator, has created all these levels, right up to the level where we are now sitting and finding a way back, surely the ultimate did not throw the key back and got itself shut out forever. Must have brought the key with it. What was that key? The key is the appearance of the perfect living master in our midst. The key is the connection with the force of consciousness, the energy of consciousness at all levels, retaining its quality of the self.